Y'all, look at there. What are you doing in here? You coming to help me? You gonna try to eat some potatoes? I mean, some tomatoes? What are you doing, girl? Silly head. She's trying to eat that tomato. I wish she'd eat that catnip. What are you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Look, Friday, I've been working out today. Jim and I have started on getting healthier. So we have joined a gym. We got some home fitness equipment, and so we are going to be charging into our late 50s and early 60s, hopefully fit as a fiddle. But today I am going to be canning all of these cherry tomatoes. I picked them all in the high tunnel yesterday, or Monday, I think it was. Today's Wednesday. So anyway, I thought I started, and I thought I'd bring you along. I'm going to be canning some more bruschetta in a jar with these cherry tomatoes, because they're so sweet and they make really good bruschetta. So anyway, I thought I'd bring you along for that and let you see that. I did it in the small batch canning last year, but it didn't turn out as well as I would hope. So hopefully this year will be better. So I thought I'd bring you along for that. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm just scoring these tomatoes, and I'm going to put them in the oven at a 450 degree oven to just kind of heat them up and loosen the skins. I think, I used to do the boiling water and the ice bath and all that, but I just have found that this is a little bit easier and a lot less messy. And I think also the oven roasting a little bit gives them a little bit deeper flavor. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just trying to score these itty bitty tomatoes, and I think this will take the longest. This will be the longest task in this process. So I'm just taking my little knife. It's got a really sharp point on it, and just scoring it on both sides so that when it heats up, it'll peel a little bit easier. But you never want to can tomato peelings. For one, they don't do good in the jar, and two, they might have some bacteria or something on there that you don't want in your food. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to speed y'all through this. The oven just beeped, so I'm putting all these in my 450 degree oven, and they will stay in here probably about 10 or 15 minutes. I'm gonna set a timer for 20 minutes, just so I don't forget about them, and just until the skins start to peel up, and then I'll take them out. Alrighty, the oven just beeped, and I think that they are ready to come out, and so I will let you get a look-see here. Yep, as you can see, I'll bring you over here so you can see. The skins are all bubbling up and wrinkling up, as you can see. So I'm going to let these all cool off, and then I've got all of my supplies ready. I've got my red onion, my oregano, basil, garlic. I'm using apple cider vinegar and Tuscan balsamic vinegar, and then this should make 4 pints. So, all right, I'll bring you all back after I get them peeled and start making the bruschetta. All right, I think they're cooled off enough to get started on peeling them. So it will take a little while to peel them because I'm hoping to leave them whole. Like I've got this one peeled here, so I'm just going to leave them whole like this and just drop them in my pot, and then we'll put the rest of the ingredients in there after I get them all peeled. Everybody, sorry I got busy. Jim came home and disrupted my day. So I've got all 4 of my jars of bruschetta ready to go into the canner. I actually had 2.5 jars of the cherry tomatoes. So I finished filling this one up with Roma, and then this jar is entirely Roma. So let's get them in the canner, and then this job will be done and we can move on to something else. Water bath for about 25 minutes. And we're going to hit canning. We're going to put it on low pressure for 25 minutes and hit start. And there we go. Bring you back when they're done. All right, guys. Here is my finished product of my bruschetta in a jar. It turned out pretty good, I believe. So we'll see here in the next few weeks or months or so. I'll make, sometimes I make a dish and it's called Tuscan chicken pasta, which was from adaptation from one of our favorite restaurants in Chattanooga. So we like to put the bruschetta on that. So anyway, just wanted to follow up and show you my finished product. Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the High Tunnel. I'm out here today. I'm going to be sowing some fall seeds. It's been a little warm and I'm trying to get them in the ground before fall fully sets in, while we still have enough daylight to get them germinated, but it's been so hot I've been putting it off. So now we are in the latter part of September. I think there's 1 week left in this month. So I'm going to go ahead and sow my sweet peas and my greens, my leafy greens, and just hopefully they'll come up when they come up. So come on along, let's get started. All right, I've got my sweet peas. I was gonna, let me turn this fan off so you guys can hear me. All right, that's a little bit better. All right, so I was gonna sow these outside, but Jim and I were talking about it, and we think that the rabbits, will get them all before we can get any of them. So, so I'm gonna put them right here. I put this trellis in here to try to grow those winter squash, but they, you know, the aphids got all of those. So, you know, and it's funny because we have potatoes coming up. So I'm going to let these potatoes come up, and then I'm going to plant sweet peas in here, and we'll see how that goes. Well, I like having volunteer potatoes. So, hey, let's get busy planting these sweet peas. Right, everything looks good on there. Let's see. So what we have in here, I hear, is that Jim Dick I hear somewhere? So I have dwarf gray peas. I have some sugar daddy peas. I've got some arrow green peas and the Alaskan early peas. So I think the Alaskan early peas, are the ones that did so well for us. So I think that's I'm gonna do those, and maybe the rest of these sugar peas, these Sugar Daddy, because these are Baker Creek, and my goodness, we got these in 2021. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna go ahead and sow those too. So they are, let's see how long they are. Sprouts in 10 to 30 days. Wow. Minimal sun, 6 to 12 hours, frost hardy. I don't know, 60 to 65 days, and then my early Alaskan peas are 55 days. So I'm gonna do how many ever's in here. I'm just gonna mix them together. We won't know what they are till they come up. All right, get my gloves on. What, girl? Y'all look at there. What are you doing in here? You coming to help me? You want to try to eat some potatoes? Some tomatoes. What are you doing, girl? Silly head. She's trying to eat that tomato. I wish she'd eat that catnip. What are you doing? All right, well, at least they don't scratch like chickens do. All right, let me get my gloves on. Everybody, I got my peas sowed. I went ahead and this front row is going to be the early Alaska peas, and then the back row to about right here to this potato plant is the Sugar Daddy peas, and then the rest of them I went ahead and did the Green Arrow peas because I saw on the package that these two were packaged for 2021, so I want to go ahead and get those seeds used up because it's 2024. So anyway, if you probably noticed that I sowed them pretty heavily, and that's just because, I wonder what that is. For one, I'm not sure how well these 2021 seeds are going to germinate, so I just went ahead and sowed them all and put them on there pretty heavily. And then these early Alaskan peas, they're packaged for 2022, but they did pretty well for us this spring, and so I sowed them heavily too, only because I want to get quite a bit of peas. I'm hoping to get enough this out of here to can some sweet peas. So we will see. We'll see how that goes. So we're going to move on to the next bed over there and sow some greens. All right, y'all can see this bed needs a little bit of work. We put some compost in here a little while back and just never really did anything to it. Got some volunteer ground cherries coming up, so I'm going to let those grow also. But I got to get where I pruned up the tomatoes. I got to get that out of here and get this dirt worked in, and then I'm going to get my greens planted in here. So let's get busy on that. I pruned up these sweet potato vines just for one, so I can walk through here, and two, I'm gonna feed them to the chickens. And I have heard, and this is the first year that we've done it, that pruning the sweet potato vines will promote bigger tuber growth. So I've been pruning them pretty much all year. I haven't done it in the last few weeks because they've started to bloom, so I know they're making tubers. But anyway, I wanted to get these out of the walkway. Oh, it's getting a little warm in here.
All right. Let me see if I can get some weeds out of here. Look at that old nasty Johnson grass. Just cover those tomatoes up. Ooh, this bed has been off for a while. We hadn't been watering it because, of course, there's been nothing in it. But man, you can see it is all dusty and dry. Whew. All right, y'all, I think I'm going to plant some, of course, going to be my leafy greens, but I'm also going to plant some carrots in here. Boy, this is some rocky soil. I wish I had that pretty soil that everybody has that looks like it came right out of a bag, but we don't. Whew. Bring y'all back here so you can see what I'm doing with the carrots. All right, y'all, I'm gonna plant 2 different kinds of carrots back here. Also just kind of using up my old seeds. So I've got these from Baker Creek, and you all know I don't buy from Baker Creek anymore. I try to buy most of mine from M.I. Gardner. But anyway, I want to use these up. These are Chantenay red core. I think they're 120 days. I'm not sure. So we'll see. We'll see what kind of germination we get, and then what kind of harvest, if any, that we get. And then these are little finger carrots. These are from Sustainable Seed Company, which I do like them, but they're also 2021 seeds. So I want to get them planted too. So these are 60 to 69 days. So hopefully we'll get some good harvest from these. I'm gonna plant my little fingers in the front here, and I'm gonna try not to overseed too much on these. All right, y'all. Next up is going to be turnips. So I'm going to be doing these purple top white globe turnips. All right. I'll try not to oversow these. The seeds are just so teeny tiny. I sure wish I'd have paid more attention to my mom when she was growing these. I don't know how she sowed them. She always seemed to have such a pretty little patch of turnip greens every fall. All right, guys, next up in that bed is going to be mustards and collards. All right, y'all, this last part of the bed, I think I'm going to try to do some spinach. Don't have very good luck with spinach, but I try it every year, so of course I'm going to try it again. So we've got Bloomsdale spinach, so I'm going to be trying that in this bed right here. I'll let these ground cherries go. Get this bed ready. And I'm hoping that it'll do good and last throughout the winter and the early spring. Oh my goodness, we have got to get some water on that. And then right here I've got a little bit of a trellis, and I might do a few more sweet peas. Ugh. All right. So I'm going to do rows of spinach like this. Ooh. Try to get four rows of spinach right here. I'm going to let that ground cherry do its ground cherry thing. My last little spot is right here. So I think I'm going to do my early gray sugar peas right here. Just take advantage of this trellis that I got. All right. We'll set y'all down right here in this bed so we can get that one done. This just be just a little spot, but we'll see. We'll sow them pretty heavy and see what we can get out of it. Whew. Hey y'all, thanks for hanging out with me in here while I get these fall crops sowed, and hopefully, good Lord willing, there'll be a blessing on this crop, and we'll get some good harvests here in the next couple of months or so. But right now I'm going to go turn on the irrigation system and get everything watered in. Give y'all a little walkthrough. I've got my other fall crops in the seed tray, getting ready for them to go out in the next couple of weeks. We've got cauliflower, pak choi, broccoli, and some cabbages. And trying to germinate is a little bit of Brussels sprouts. But I already have planted out 2 zucchini. That is they're both miniature or mini zucchinis. Got one there and one here. That is my, as you can see, all of my tomatoes are all still going, and the peppers are still going. The green beans are still going. My Swiss chard's still going. Got more Roma tomatoes over here. Look at those beautiful tomatoes at the end of September. It's looking good. Those are called Empire. More Romas. I don't know what these little, I'm going to have to look this variety up, but these are little, you see they've got a little, almost a heart shape on them. I got to look that up. These were actually, we pulled these off and stuck them in the ground, and they just rooted and started growing. So I'm not sure really what they are. Can't remember what variety they are. But yeah, so the aphids almost took out all of our green beans. So I got 4 jars of green beans canned, and I'm hoping to get a few more. And then of course those are our sweet potatoes. So yeah, that's just a look in the high tunnel. Well, I gotta pull some of those yard long beans. But yeah, so I think I've got some reseeded lettuces coming up over here, so I'm gonna let that go. And then I've got some parsley still growing in here. I harvested from that the other day. So, and then these are some reseeded carrots. I don't know if they reseeded or if they just didn't have enough room to grow. So I'm letting those grow as well. So, yep, so it's about 90 degrees in here, so it's getting hot. So I'm gonna head on out and get back in the house. Whew. And hey, we'll see you on the next thing. Hey, and if we don't see you on the next thing, if this is the last thing, thanks for hanging out with us this week. And if you like our content, we hope that you will subscribe to our channel and follow us along on this crazy journey that we are on. We would love to have you.